I mean, after these, we've been here since what, 1:30 today? 1:30 today, and now it's 11:30 at night, and we're going to be back here at 10 tomorrow for an 11:30 doubleheader. So I think all the guys will look forward to getting on the bus Wednesday morning and sleep or watch a movie, but just kind of wind down. And the nice thing about being on the road is that you don't get the field until 5:15, so they can we're here at 1 o'clock, but on the road we don't go to the park until 4. So for 6 days it'll give a chance to kind of regroup. But it was the first game, gosh, we thought Acosta just pitched great, and then all of a sudden he started to elevate the baseball, and that always leads to bad news. And then it got ugly. We made a couple defensive lapses late that took us out of the first game. But it was nice to see the guys come back, and in the second game, geez, Oswald pitched fantastic. I mean, this is a real good team, and they battle like crazy. We're trying to get our guys to adopt their two-strike approach to hitting. Here we're leading the world in strikeouts, and we don't seem to adjust. And even though Bay struck out the side there in the ninth, you're seeing guys foul off 4 and 5 pitches. One guy ended up getting a base hit. But they really compete, and they really try to put the ball in play, which good things can happen when you do that. And we simply strike out too much. But Oswald pitched great. I like the way that he didn't let our defensive lapse, when we dropped the ball at first base, that gave him an unearned run. He just competed, and we were fortunate. We had a couple opportunities. First inning, second and third, once again we couldn't make contact when they were playing back, giving us a run. We had the bases loaded, less than 2 out, and Urena's been our hottest hitter, but we certainly weren't expecting him to strike out right there. We need the ball to be put in play to get a run on the board, but Katz came up with a big hit, but and it's nice that it drove in 3 runs, but it could have gone the other way. The right fielder got to the ball. He got a glove on it. It would have been a tough play, but I'm sure that my guess is that just knowing their team, how well they play as a team, I got to believe that 9 times out of 10 the right fielder makes a play on that ball, and the game just was that close. It could have gone either way. Fortunately for us, it ended up dropping in, and so it's nice to get a win, and it's nice to see Bay out there. He hadn't pitched in 10 days. That's how long it's been since we've been in a safe situation. And the other nice thing is that we don't have, because of all these double headers, we did not have a starter for Wednesday's first game on the road. But now the Reyes, who piggybacks with Oswald, did not have to pitch today. We got Reyes now to start on Wednesday, so that's a plus. And our pitching is in good shape for tomorrow.
Is there anything, I guess, that you could say to these guys about maybe saving up their bodies or maybe eating-wise to get them ready for this?
No, we talked about this on Friday. When we knew we were going to be playing 7 games in 5 days, we're just doing what we can as a coaching staff. Yesterday we didn't hit on the field. We just hit in the cage. Today we didn't take infield. Normally the players have to do a base running station in BP. We had no base running today. We just wanted them to conserve their energy. Like I said, we didn't take infield, and we came later to the park today just in time to hit. And then, like I say, tomorrow we're just bringing them as late as possible, but yet get everybody 10 minutes of hitting in the indoor cage. And we won't take infield again tomorrow. So we're trying to save the energy for the 14 innings on the field, and then, like I say, we'll regroup and get our rest when we go on the road trip on Wednesday.
And what will the itinerary be for the players between now and 11:30 tomorrow morning? Considering that it's only about 12 hours or so, are they going to be sleeping in the ballpark, or
we have 2 vans. Unfortunately, there's no hotels out here in the Coney Island area, so. Both Hudson Valley and us, it's a good 20 minutes to their hotel. So I'm sure they're showering quickly tonight, and the vans will take them to their hotel. Hopefully they'll be at the hotel between 12:15. Hopefully in bed around 1 o'clock by the time they wind down from the game. And I believe the vans are bringing them back here tomorrow morning at 9 and 9:30. We have 2 vans. So I mean, they'll get 7.5 hours sleep, and a lot of them, when they get off the van, they grab breakfast here in Coney Island, and then they eat in their room, and we'll strap it on and we'll go get them. This is part of just grinding it out. I mean, sometimes, as I told these guys in the big leagues, I can remember, leaving San Francisco after a night game and flying cross country and getting to Cincinnati at 5 o'clock in the morning and having to play at 1 o'clock the next afternoon. You just find a way to get through it, and then you look forward like crazy to having a good night's sleep after the, it's this way all the way through. I mean, some of these guys, they think that, gosh, they can't wait to get to AAA because that's the first level that you get to fly. But in AAA, the flights are at 6 a.m. in the morning, so your wake-up call is like at 4. When you play a night game like this and you get back to your hotel room at midnight and you got a 4 a.m. wake-up call, that first game on the road is tough to play. You just have to fight through it. That's part of what this is about.
Do you think when they have a stretch like this where it's 4 games back to back and on top of each other, do you think that's a good preparation for these guys?
Well, it's not, nobody can control the weather. No. I know Dickie Scott called me and was concerned about the 4 games in 2 days, but it just is what it is. I mean, the rainouts, there was no way that we could have played. I mean, the decisions was right to cancel the games, and we don't play Hudson Valley anymore. We're done after tomorrow. We're done with them. So there was and there's only 2 more open dates on the schedule. So there really was no option other than to do what they're doing, and so it's not ideal, but you just it's the same for both teams, and we just grind through it, and we'll get through it. We'll get through it tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to getting on the bus Wednesday morning myself, because at my age I'm getting tired.
How do the players pace themselves with such a truncated schedule, only 4 games in 2 days? At this level, they're not used to playing many day games after night games. The majority of the games are at night. So how do the players pace themselves? How do you manage a lineup? And how do you put them in a position to avoid injury?
Well, that's a good question. And fortunately, at this level, we have 31 guys on our roster. And I told all 4 of the catchers that they would each be catching one of these 4 games. So, I mean, we're not asking anybody to even catch 2. We're just, if you noticed, Nito caught the first game today. Ari Surieta did a fabulous job handling the pitching in game 2. And Abreu is going to catch Molina in the first game tomorrow. And Tyler Moore will catch a second game. So catching-wise, which is the most demanding position on the field, it's 1 each for those guys. And for the rest of them, in tonight's doubleheader, we made 3 changes that second game. So we're trying to give people rest when we can. Bernal's been scuffling a little bit lately, so we thought it would be good to get him out of the fishbowl, so to speak, for a game and watch. Put him in defensively just for 1 inning, and he'll be plugged back in tomorrow. So we don't have the depth of a football team that we can spare everybody, but when we can, we're trying to play. Rosario had most of the first game off today, because he was hurt when this game was originally played and Ponce was in the lineup. So Ponce unfortunately had to come out when he got hit on the wrist. So, but yeah, we're just doing what we can to try to pace them, and like I say, the pitching is in great shape for tomorrow, thanks to Oswald and Bay getting through that second game. We're in real good shape.
How are both Ahmed and Ponce after getting hit? Are they feeling okay?
Yeah, Ponce's. Yeah, I mean, Ahmed he's fine. I mean, he got hit with a breaking ball and it was nothing. But Ponce, I would doubt we're going to have him. Luckily, nothing's broken. But he got hit real good on the wrist, and it swelled up pretty good. And I mean, I'm not so sure. We might be able to use him defensively if we need it tomorrow, but I doubt he'd be able to swing a bat.
How much does it mean for you as a manager when you see somebody like Oswald go out there and he shows the maturity to get over the errors and continues to be an aggressive?
It's terrific. Because really what we preach and what Tom tries to get across to these guys is that you can't control anything other than what you do to the next hitter. I mean, if a guy makes an error or the umpire makes a call that you don't like, you can't change it. But if you let it frustrate you, then it can compound itself. And we've already seen some good growing in that regard this year already with both Valdez and Meissner. That in certain outings they got flustered, but they've already shown signs of getting better, and that's part of what becoming a professional is about. But Corey was fantastic today. He set a great tone. He works quick. I think the guys like playing behind him because he's a strike thrower and he works fast. So it was real good.